1252 Sports Entertainment presents the one, the only, the One-Timer Hockey Show. Live with Andrew Faubert and Matt Bannon. So get your puck bunnies and give your balls a tug, because it's time to do that hockey. Let's do that hockey, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of the One-Timer Hockey Show with me, Matt Bannon, and of course, Andrew Faubert. Andrew, how are you doing today?
I'm good, brother. How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing well. We had some actually surprising wins for the Blackhawks since we've last talked. Surprising in the sense that A, we're able to win them, and B, why are we winning them at this point? We are no longer the worst team in the league. We are third worst. So,
Yep.
A little conflicted. Nice to see some wins, some poorly timed wins, but nice to see they can actually do something if they, I guess, try a little harder or get really lucky. Not sure which one it is yet.
True.
Still figuring it out. How are the Red Wings doing? I haven't actually seen anything from this week.
We just lost to the Coyotes yesterday, which kind of sucked. We did come back, but I'm like, I hate to say that too. It's just like, oh yeah, look at that. We came back. Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, to the Coyotes. Fun.
Yeah, to the Coyotes. I don't like losing to the Coyotes, even though the Coyotes are kind of one of my teams, but it is what it is. We did some crazy shit though. Like we actually, and I'm just trying to share the show here. But we actually went and did things that I didn't necessarily like, but I understand it at the end of the day. So I mean, first things first, everybody, give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow, share the shit out of this. Let everybody know that we're talking hockey tonight. It's
good.
I'm gonna put hockey talk here and share before I get into this.
That's fine. Yeah.
We waived Nedeljkovic.
Okay. Yes, I did see that.
We waived Verana.
Mm-hmm.
And all that money, like the money saved, awesome, right on. But also at the same time too, we traded actual draft capital for Nedeljkovic. Yes. And we got Verana in one of those trades, and he was one of the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm like, yo, Yzerman, this Yzer plan, I'm still, listen, daddy's still home, and I'm going to give him as much time as needed, I guess.
Not panicking yet.
I'm not panicking yet. And I did even say at the beginning of this year, I'm not opposed to missing the playoffs and having a shot.
Yeah.
Like we're currently sitting at the 10th, 11th spot right there.
Yeah, you're right on the fringe.
Yeah, and I was saying to my coworkers today too, we're going to end up with the 10th overall spot. But I mean, when we get to that spot during the actual draft, like I guess the card flipping ceremony, if our team name doesn't pop up at the 10th spot and that's where we were, I will start crying. I'll be like, we got up. Oh my God. Don't do this to me. Don't tell me third. Don't tell me second.
Yeah.
Third or second, I still would be happy. But
I mean, that's a pretty huge jump.
Not understanding fully why we did this. We still need the players in house. So in my opinion, I think he just wants to have a shot at Bedard like everybody else.
That's fair. I mean, and I know that we had brought up a couple times, like now is the time when you have to decide be good or bad, which one of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
From Sean, what's going on, gentlemen? Oh, and then the Goats right afterwards. Go Caps. How are they doing? They're
not
okay
bad.
from last I saw. Yeah. I gotta bring it up real quick here. Yeah. If I can.
They're in the playoff spot.
They are. They are currently there.
Yeah.
So that's good. Doing better than our teams. So you know what? Good on you on that one.
Our teams are doing not that great.
Hey, we're doing better and therefore worse same time. So that's fun.
True. Yeah. Switten, he's alive. The order right now currently stands Columbus, Anaheim, Chicago at 3rd, Arizona 4th, and San Jose at 5th. San Jose sneakily staying in there the entirety,
hovering.
And the number 6 spot currently sits our good old friends that we've slowly started to talk about as an option of
Eking in.
And now with the comments of their GM,
yes,
it just now inevitably seems like we have lost the Canucks this year, even though they have a good roster.
It's sitting there.
I'm trying to remember who said it properly, that maybe they did it too fast. Their build was never, it was like signing JT Miller and re-signing some of the guys in-house and trusting in the young goalies right off the bat and letting Markstrom leave, I don't think was the right thing to do.
Yeah, was that trying to bite more than you can chew at some point? Yeah, was that learning to swim in the deep end or something? You could say it 1,000 ways, but too much too soon.
And
absolutely.
It sucks because, like, again, I like the Coyotes. I like the Coyotes too. I like the Canucks. I don't mind the Canucks. They are the last Canadian team to really have a shot at that Stanley Cup, in my opinion. That when that went to Game 7, even though it was taken from them by the Bruins, it was still a great series. The problem now with them, though, is next year they are going back to the old skate jersey, which Should we just have that debate?
Like, yeah, go for it. I'm down for it. What's your side of it?
I think this was like the first episode, maybe second episode we ever did.
Sounds a little familiar.
We talked about some of the best throwback jerseys of all time.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just right off the bat, let's get the iconic ones out of the way. It's the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Absolutely.
The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
The Mighty Ducks. Yes.
Yeah. The Arizona Coyotes, current one,
is now current again, yes.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal.
I would throw the Islanders, the old fisherman
school
logo.
One. Yep. That was a good one.
And then the 4th spot, I was gonna say, let me pull up.
I was gonna say I need to get a refresher again at some of these ones. It's been a bit.
Jerseys.
All right, let's see. There we go.
the LA King purple and yellow back in the day.
The purple and yellow one. That one you either love or hate. That one I think is all right. I like the Nordiques. Technically a team, but
yes. I actually do now. I see it. The Washington Capitals, since we have our Capital fan in here too.
Oh yeah.
The old school Capitals jersey.
Old school one, yeah.
That just screams Olaf Kolzig to me every single time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now that we've kind of had like that set ones, then you start adding in where people get very half and half. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be your Edmonton Oilers gear logo.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one, Alex.
Which, here's the thing. The old jerseys of it look like shit. These new ones with the little stripe on it, I'm like,
the prints of them, better.
That's better. What was the other one?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one I was gonna throw in there too? Crap.
Oh, crap. I'm looking at the gear ones now.
Yeah.
Much better than it was back in the day.
Vancouver. That's the reason why I brought this up. Sorry, I smoke a lot of weed. The Vancouver one is literally a hit or miss. Some people put it in the top 4 being like, this is iconic because it's Pavel fucking Bure. Like
that's fair, yeah.
Right? Like they go through the different eras of Vancouver. It's like that jersey was Pavel Bure, and then it goes to the dark with the whale, but it's still darker, and that's your Trevor Linden, Todd Bertuzzi, Marcus Naslund era.
Yeah, that kind of era. Yep.
And then it gets to the jerseys that they kind of have now, which is still the Sedin twins, Bieksa.
It's immediately who I think of, obviously being Blackhawks fan myself.
Why can't I think of the goalie? Luongo, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the people that you think about with those jerseys. And I'm like, okay, they have the right, in my opinion, because they've done it, to go from all these different jerseys. So if they're going to go back to the other ones for the new era of fit, sure, all respect.
Yeah.
To me, they don't look that great, these ones, though.
They are. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I can see with the wanting that kind of heritage, if you will, while simultaneously sweeping in a new era because they want to, forget about the probably not great relative best. I mean, they have all the young people. You might as well. But I mean, I don't mind the colors. It just makes me think of Germany. It's just a German sweater.
Team Germany on the west side. By the way, my fiance was nice enough to get me
water.
And
look at that.
Give me it while I'm in a hockey show and the Golden Knights mug. So.
Very nice.
Always
nicely done, yeah.
Golden Knights, which we don't talk about on this show because they're so fucking good.
There's nothing. So I was thinking about actually the other day. I'm like, we don't really bring them up. And it's because they're pretty good. They're not crazy good right now. They're not bad. They're a good team that sits kind of by themselves. So there's not really much you can add about it. They're doing what you expect them to, playing well. So
and they have a tough division, tough division. Like the Oilers, the Flames, obvious. The Kings, sure. Like the Kings were there last year, and they are still getting better. I respect it, but like the Kraken are like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's very strange that they're in second.
Yeah,
and the Knights are in first. Wow, talk about.
And the best part is start pulling out the real fans out of the guys, because like the second the Kraken start doing good and stuff like that, always all you hear from all these Oiler fans are like, yeah, we whipped them though. We whipped them. Remember that? It's like, you know what? I fucking want Seattle and Edmonton in the playoffs so bad. I will buy tickets.
Yeah.
I will go to almost every single one of those games.
Okay.
Oh my God. I listen, I like Seattle. I am a diehard Red Wings fan. Let me go through the comments here. Go Oilers.
Yeah. Oilers, yep.
Seattle has a team.
Seattle's indeed have a team now, yep. And they are surprisingly doing well after being terrible last year.
The Kraken.
Yep.
And then old Sabre. Oh, thank you.
Oh, the old Sabres logo. Yeah, that was.
They got it out this year, and they look sick.
It's so good, especially the dark ones, like the red trim ones. Ooh, phenomenal.
They have those jerseys out right now, and that's honestly, take anything else that we said for the fourth one, just
and put that one in there. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Jared. That's
absolutely.
our comment of the night. Caps, Bobby Willis.
Absolutely. All the Whalers. Yep, absolutely. Those are. I mean, come on, it's hard not to love them.
I like the Whalers one, like the jerseys back in the day. Like everyone's got to go check out the Golden Seals jerseys, the Atlanta Flames jerseys back in the day. What am I? The Minnesota North Stars were really crisp too.
Yeah, of course. But now the Dallas Stars, a little bit of it, which is nice, but it was better back in the day.
The Seattle team way back in the day, like in the 30s, they had that like kind of Christmas jersey, and I'm
gonna have to look that up then.
Yeah, it was the Seattle Metropolitans. That dude, you'll see that jersey and be like, the fuck?
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, it should be red, green.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is just straight up Christmas. Wow. Wonder if that was to hide all the blood from the very little lack of, or very little padding and stuff.
If I'm not mistaken, they won the first ever Stanley Cup. If we want to be technical, depends on what era.
Yes. Technical. That was 1917. So how about that? Good knowledge on you there.
Because a lot of I've got Senator fans. They're like, no, it's us. That's when the original NHL era starts. And I'm like,
okay, buddy.
It's like Lion fans trying to say they won the most Super Bowls. It's like,
exactly. Like,
why is it called the Super Bowl? Andrew, were you always a Detroit fan? Yes. So, okay. I grew up in Ontario, so I watched more Maple Leaf games, obviously, than anything. I wouldn't say I cheered for Toronto really young. It was like the first team that I knew about. So I watched the first ever game I watched was a Toronto versus San Jose, and it was a 1-0 final. And I did not, I was like, what is happening?
You're like, what is this?
Yeah. I was like, I thought like pucks going in net was like a thing. Like, okay. And the second or third, because I've went back and I've looked at it, and I'm pretty sure it's actually like the third game I watched. Third game I ever watched was the infamous Colorado Detroit.
Yep. That one's
game.
A classic right
and
there.
Ever since that game happened on March 17th of 97, is one of those dates. That's basically the date I became a Red Wings fan. That's when I was like, yep, this is my team. And
that makes
ever
sense.
since
that game was phenomenal.
Oh my God. And like, I was scared because I'm like, what am I watching now? Like this, now I'm really confused. What is really going on? But I enjoyed it. I loved the colors, the fact that it was basically Canada's colors.
Yeah, that's fair.
I told people that I was a Red Wings fan. They're like, you can't be a Red Wings fan around here. You can only be like Leafs or Montreal or Ottawa. And I was like, nope. I'm good. Ray says Devils play Seattle tonight. I'm excited to watch Seattle play. Buddy.
That should be a good game, actually.
That is going to be a good game. Devils are doing really good. Right now, if the playoffs were to start, they'd be playing the Rangers. So, like, talk about crosstown rivalries.
Yeah, right? That would be a fun series to watch, too, actually. Wow. So, Devils have it going on for them this season.
They do. Which is, like, eventually, like, Buffalo, too. They sucked for, like, 8 years. Now they're finally starting to get it going. And when they finally all, like, click because they've been there for so long, it's not going to be fun to play. Like, Colorado or Tampa Bay or Pittsburgh back in the day.
Yeah, they definitely went through their growing pains, and it's starting to the progress is apparent right now. So
I'm glad. I'm proud, but I don't like it as in my division. Like, can we get more Pacific doing this? Like the Kraken, like props to them. But
stay over in the Eastern for us. We need some time to catch up.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys in the West. Yeah, you're gonna need time. Your division though, your division.
Yeah,
it's not or I guess you got Colorado, so take one playoff position out for a while. But
that's true. But I mean, speaking solely of the Central, I mean, these teams were, and not to really rain on the Jets or Stars parade, but this used to be a lot harder, minus sans the Coyotes. But it used to be more tight-knit, at least as of even 8 years ago. It seemed like a really strong one to be in. But now it's kind of faltering. Granted, Colorado just won, but they are fighting off. Obviously, they had issues with cap and injuries. So we'll see if they can come back in time, I guess, for the end of this season. Again, only halfway through, so it's not too bad. But
yeah, like
it should be more, is really what I'm getting at.
Colorado and Winnipeg should have almost like flipped the positions that they're currently sitting in for how they would be playing in the playoffs. Minnesota is a good team. Minnesota is one of those teams that if you had them in the playoffs and they weren't on their game, it's going to be one of the easiest things. Like,
absolutely.
It's like going to be playing Arizona in the regular season.
That was like the easiest first round for our 13 and 15 cups. I think we even played them in 14. It was just, here's the door. Thank you.
Yep. Now, the other thing is on the flip side of that, as Avs fans know, as Blackhawk fans know, as Blues fans know, if Minnesota's on their game, because they don't necessarily have superstars, they've always just had a team. That's how Minnesota's always built their hockey.
Yeah, I mean, Parise too. Perfect example of that.
Exactly. And so now all of a sudden they kind of have like one superstar and two like guys who could be very, very close to it. And they've drafted those guys. So they're there for still a couple of years, and they still have that old onslaught of like Granlund and Dumba and a couple of those other guys that are vets. And if they if they start meshing, that is one team I would not like. Oilers, sure, because they got holes.
Well,
Flames, sure, they got holes. Dallas, sure, they got holes. Minnesota on their game is a team with no fucking holes whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely, because everybody there knows their role.
Yep.
Knows how to play it. If they're on, then that is quite the mesh they have for both sides of the ice, really.
Before we get to a quick commercial break, I see Buffalo is going to be a sneaky team to watch. They have assets and cap space at the deadline. And
absolutely agree.
A lot of that cap space is going to be spent on re-signing some of those guys, though. They're going to be like Darlene and they just got Tage Thompson. I know that. Mm-hmm. There's another one there that I can't think of, but there's a couple of them that do need to be signed like Tage Thompson, so they'll get that done. But yeah, Buffalo's jerseys too this year. Besides the black one, like that one that kind of looks like the Los Angeles Rams. I love that one.
Yes.
Dumba is a healthy scratch.
Oh, and speaking of, interesting.
Trade or just not doing that good? I'm going to have to look into that.
Speaking of looking into check it out. Yeah.
We're going to get right into the commercials here really quick, ladies and gentlemen. A couple quick sponsors. We'll be right back with Matt and myself, or myself and Matt, how it should be properly grammarly said, I always say off. Oh my God. Always off the hockey. No. One-timer hockey show. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes time. See you then.
Stagecoach in Lockport has a unique menu from fresh salads and burgers to venison and steak sandwiches. We feature plenty of appetizers and desserts for a perfect way to start or end your meal. Come into our country western bar and dining room or relax outside on our patio sitting in the heart of downtown Lockport on State Street. We can accommodate both small gatherings and large parties. Offering 16 different beers on tap, frozen margaritas, an extensive bourbon and whiskey menu, and our famous Bloody Marys, you cannot go wrong at Stagecoach. And if you're feeling lucky, come try DJ Bingo on Tuesdays or our Big Pay slot machines all week. Stagecoach is located at 1028 South State Street in Lockport, Illinois. Everyone is a friend at Stagecoach. Hope to see y'all soon.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show as well as the 1252 brand because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend. Or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
Aussie football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball or turnovers will kill your drive.
The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game nights. Fonzie Football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Welcome back to the One-Timer Hockey Show, everyone. Andrew and I talking a little about everything so far tonight. Sweaters, how good they looked back in the day, and how some of them are bringing them back. I mean, surprises all across the league. Just a little bit of everything. A fun grab bag, if you will.
And, of course, my Red Wings don't do fuck all. Jerseys look like shit.
You know, well, I mean, it's Detroit.
I get it, though. Like, I understand that they're like, we don't want to mess with the logo. We don't want to mess with the anything. I get it. I get it. And the fact that the octopus and all that kind of stuff. But like, I want just something cool. Like, do an all black one.
Yeah, you don't have to change it. Just do something with it, right? You know,
like don't put the red on the thing. Just do an all black one and then put the Red Wings logo on it. That would have looked cool.
That'd be cool.
This looks like crap.
Well.
Cindy Bannon says, "What's your favorite hockey commentators?"
Ooh, okay. Actually, I'll let you go first. I would love to hear your opinion on
Mickey motherfucking Redmond.
Okay. I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Mickey motherfucking Redmond. That boy, it's biased, and I 100% understand that, but hear me out. There's all these other commentators when if it's just one of them, or usually there is two, obviously, in the booth. But there's the one main guy, and then it's like he takes a break, and then they go to the other guy. Or like talk about the goal or the assist.
Takes a breath,
Yeah,
exactly.
I love how, and I'm forgetting the other guy's name, and I really any Red Wing fan is gonna kill me right now. But I love how he goes, and you just hear Mickey Redmond right before it's about to happen. He'd be like, "Oh, here we go," like just like something like that. Like
you can hear it in his voice,
and I'm just like, "Okay, what's happening?" Right, and then like just the punctuation when he adds it in, there's just a lot of validity to it, and I love it. I love Mickey Redmond. I'm biased as shit, and I do.
That's fair. I mean, I wasn't sure. I guess I've seen that one coming, really, but mine might surprise you. Actually, mine is actually back in the day when Doc was still casting. It was when they had Eddie Oldchick and Doc. Nice. Casting like the national games. That was actually a really, really good combination. I love it. I mean, I love Pat Foley. Obviously, you can never go wrong with him, and like having him cast those games for so long was a treat. But I don't know, there was just something different with Doc and Eddie's cast.
That's fair.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool. But who knows? Foley might go to I know he's casted at least like one random Cubs game, I think, now, so it's not like he's out of it forever. So I might hear him again, unlike this combo, which I don't think is ever coming back.
Right.
So yeah, that's at least my 2 cents on it.
And the thing is that sucks for me. Like, people have to also understand, like, I'm in Canada, and it's not easy to actually get Red Wings games. So for most of my life, I never knew that Mickey Redmond and the other guy existed. I never knew that there was actually like certain commentators for certain teams until I got out here to the other side of Canada. I started making a little bit more money, started like indulging into it myself and like reading up on it, like when you get your own place and you can finally enjoy things that you wanted to enjoy.
Oh, absolutely.
Prepping shows that I've never done, writing stories that I'll never do, and all that kind of stuff. But all the time I was like, who the fuck is Mickey Redmond? What do you mean the Red Wings have their own? Like, what? And like,
you can do this?
Where do I find that? And then like now I find out that like Bally Sports, and now Bally Sports is leaving Detroit, and I'm like, don't fucking do that. Like, where am I supposed to watch these games now? So
have to find them. Pirate.
Yeah, watch them after they happen and after everyone's already messaged me. What?
I don't know what this means yet. Wait.
I'm behind. You're trying to cash out on your bets, and it's like, oh, look at that, my money's not there. That's because they lost, and I'm only halfway through the first.
That's funny. Actually, that brings up an interesting point. I don't know. I assume since you brought it up, is sports betting legal in Canada, or at least in Alberta, where you're at?
Oh, very much so.
Oh, very nice.
Oh my God, it is on like every second fucking commercial out here.
Oh yeah, especially in Illinois now that they leave. I think it was only last year, but you see it all the time. But it was funny because I bring it up. This last weekend, I was at a wedding out in Colorado for an old friend of mine. Yeah, so I have friends that live up in Wisconsin where it's not. Yep. So the whole time we were like waiting for the wedding in like the groom suite or whatever, groomsman suite, where they were literally watching everything, placing bets while they still could. So like, we have like 40 more hours of this, so we might as well enjoy it. So we were sitting there watching like the playoff games, betting on like drive. Not that it's hockey, but I thought it was funny that they couldn't. So we're betting on drives and stuff like in between everything for the wedding, which I thought was pretty fun. Yeah. But actually, do you do well with sports betting, Andrew? Are you up in the money?
I'm not. Okay. I am positive. At the end of the day, when you all my like picks that I've ever done, only because of certain other ones that have hit. Like I've hit a couple of big ones back in the day. I took the Giants to win the Super Bowl and put a lot on it when they played the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I was underage, so I had to do it through somebody else. But because it was 875 odds. And put $100 on that, and you win $975.
Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was like, funny you mentioned $800 because I had one bet at the early last season off of all the games that day. And I think I placed, it was only like $1 or $5. It might have been $5, but it paid off of 800. Out of the 9 legs, I hit all but one. And it was because Tampa Bay Lightning decided to lose to the Hurricanes 1-0.
Oh no.
Yep. Gone. So that just really solidified why I do not like Tampa Lightning.
Now, to be fair, parlays and stuff I don't usually indulge in unless like I'm 100% confident in the 3 or 4 picks that I'm making.
That's fair.
And because when you make some picks, you always have like I'm 80% in this one or 90%.
Yeah, let's see what happens kind of. Yeah.
And
I like the big shots, but I risk like maybe like $1.
So, and that's what I did the other day too. Yeah. I put, I think it was $4.30 on some pretty, I think it was like plus 1857. And it was, and so here's all the ones that hit. It was Detroit and Columbus to be over 6.5. And it was Columbus won in overtime or whatever it was. Arizona to be within a goal of Minnesota. And it was a 2-1 game.
Nice.
And so I was like, hell's yeah.
Yeah.
And that was already insane odds. It was like plus 155 when I put it in there. And I'm like, interesting.
Throw it out.
I took the Seattle and Chicago game to be over 6. What was the score?
Oh boy, did they do it right for you.
It was like 8-6 or something like that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but you still scored 6 fucking goals.
We still did score 6 goals, which was like, pretty wild.
Yeah. So, and then the last one I needed was the Golden Knights to win by 2. So, like to win by goal and a half against the Oilers, and I should have known better.
Yep, that sounds risky.
Yeah, and the Oilers ended up winning that game, but I was like, "Fuck!" Like,
right there, right there,
right
at the end.
there.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Which coaches would you fire?
Ooh, interesting.
John Tortorella.
Yes, he was the first one that immediately came to my mind. I'm like, hold on, I bet Andrew's going to say him. Yeah, he is. I feel like we might be a little biased But I feel like if anybody else that were to, let's say, watch hockey as much as we do, probably would say the same thing and have those same biases against him. But this is going to be, I'm saying it like, I'm trying to like preempt it, like in case I ever meet the guy, like I never meet him, but I just don't understand how he's still a coach, really. I think he should have been gone a while ago.
That is
that's just me. I feel like a lot of people share that sentiment. But yeah, he's definitely someone I think should see the door. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things too where like he's been there for a while, just like what was the fucking guy on Detroit for a while?
Oh,
my fucking God.
I blanked him from my memory because he did leave.
I know, right?
Was that Babcock? Is that who you're
No, not even Babcock.
talking about? Because I think he was somebody at the end there that I would have gotten rid of.
Yeah, like I can't. What the fuck was his name? Why can't I
don't
can see his
remember the last one.
fucking face? He was there for like the last 7 years, and we just continuously would not get rid of him. And it's like,
let's see,
why? Why can't I think of his name? I mean, it's out of existence. I know Lalonde's our coach right now, and everybody's shitting on him, and I'm like,
I feel like he has not done a bad job. I mean, yeah, that's just how I feel, but
he's not. He's not done a
he
bad
really
job at all.
hasn't.
So, like, I'm just like, what the fuck? I do not understand. Jim Bennett's. There's Babcock, and then the guy after Babcock.
Yeah. Babcock was the first one I thought of too, because he's been there for so long, or had been there for so long, I should say.
Why can't I think? I could see his freaking face. Give me a second. I'm finding it now because it's gonna bug the Jeff Blashill. There we go.
Oh, Blashill.
Fucking Blashill.
He was a coach of the Red Wings, wasn't he?
He was such a bad coach.
He was there.
He was the worst head coach. I thought the hire was good when we first brought him in, but we brought him in to be like the head coach of our we're going to overpay everybody squad.
Yeah, that was he was very much in the camp of if you throw money at it, it'll solve the problem.
It won't.
Which it doesn't. I mean, if we could, taking a page out of the Blacks books, we could give a ton of money to Seth Jones and still have zero defense.
That is true.
So money does not quite solve that issue.
No.
Not necessarily.
You can
very rarely.
Every team. There's so many teams that go out there and like now to be fair.
You
look at the Minnesota Wild signing way back in the day of like was it the Zach Parise and Ryan Suter? You look at the John Tavares. I can throw that in there. Because he, not to say he makes that team, but like his presence does allow the second line to
very big influence.
Exactly. So sometimes spending the money works for, say, a free agent, but most of the time, if a free agent gets that far,
there's a reason why they're a free agent. Still.
Exactly. So I'm just like, I mean, also to be fair, there have been like Dougie Hamilton actually is another good one. It's underestimated, underutilized before, and then he hit the open free agency, and then he just was like, he went to New Jersey.
Yeah, I think he went to the Devils, right?
It was the Devils or Carolina. It was one of those two. And I want to say
Devils.
Yeah, I want to say the Devils too. And he did such a fantastic job on the Devils, in my opinion. So,
and that is good, and that's true, but that is a diamond in the rough scenario, which is very rare to get to a free agent standpoint. Or you have to have a really keen, you still have to have a really keen insight, which I feel like is overestimated by on a personal level by a lot of these coaches. So it's more luck at that point than anything. Not that it can't happen, it's just rare that when it does.
Yeah, like the Red Wings even getting a shot at the first overall pick this year because Gary Bettman, Mr. Bettman, if he's looking at the top 5 right now, he's just like,
well, cool. I don't need an excuse to even say it was rigged. Arizona gets it done.
Yeah, Arizona gets it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If Columbus gets it with a current lineup of Bedard, Johnny Gaudreau and Patrick Laine on
Johnny,
the first
I
squad.
think that would be definitely a good team to watch. I feel like we talked about that too last time. How when we think they would win it, we both said 10 years, I think, depending on how they.
Because if they kept building that squad with some of the draft picks and the young guys that they do have in there, they could definitely go in and be something eventually. But
the only problem is they have to stop doing what they've been doing. It's going to be hard to do.
Yep. Like here's an honest question.
Oh yeah, lay it out.
Have you ever met a Blue Jackets fan?
No, actually, the only people I remember that were like Blue Jackets fans were when Panarin and Saad were there. It was only because they were over there. That's why they had their letters on them. Like I think my sister actually might have gotten a Saad one of him on the Blue Jackets, but no, I don't. Honestly, cannot think of a single person that is a Blue Jackets fan.
I can think of Minnesota Wild fans. I can think of Anaheim Duck fans. I can even think of like Florida Panther fans that I know. I do not.
Yeah, exactly. No,
I do not know Blue.
The only, their market's got to be crazy because it's only people following players they like that go over there. Jim Bannon apparently has met a fan. She was dropped as a child. It is in Ohio, so that would.
I was just gonna say, you Americans know it better than me. So, that
is funny. Yeah.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to take a quick 2-minute break to finish off the rest of paying the bills, but we'll be back in 2 minutes. Quick little shout out from the sponsors. We'll be back with Matt and myself on the One Timer Hockey Show.
You got it right. There you go.
Yeah. Way too stoned for this sometimes. Goodbye. We'll see you in a second.
Megaplex Sports Complex is a 78,000 square foot center filled with hardwood and turf. They have baseball rentals with batting cages, softball, soccer, lacrosse, gymnastics, cheerleading, cornhole, basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. It also features a bar and grill with the best pizza and beef sandwiches around. They cater to events such as birthdays, graduations, corporate parties, as well as memorabilia shows. Check them out at Megaplex Sports Complex, 15301 South Bell Road in Homer Glen, 708-966-4210.
Hey, this is your girl Ruby from Habano Cigars in Homer Glen, Illinois. We are the best cigar lounge around. From Davidoff exclusives to anything Placencias, from rare Opus X's and everything in between. We literally have it all. And if it's not here, we'll get it for you. Here at Habano Cigar Lounge, we host amazing and exceptional events on the last Thursday of every month. That includes free food, raffles, prizes, and giveaways. We're open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 9 to 11, and on Sunday 10 to 10 p.m. Again, we are located at 133 West 143rd in Homer Glen, Illinois, so drop by and give us a call today, 708-590-6473. Habano Cigars, Homer Glen. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Welcome back, everybody, to the One Timer Hockey Show. Andrew and I just going over, I think, an oddity that he discovered. We don't know anybody that's an actual Blue Jackets fan, which has gotten me thinking, are there any other teams that I don't know of any actual fans in? And my answer is no. I think that's the only one.
I've literally gone through the list of all the teams.
Yeah.
And I'm like, some are like so given that I had like Oilers.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's some that I'm like, do I know an Oilers fan? And I'm like, yes, my buddy Brett. Do I know a Nashville fan? And I was like, yes, actually. There's a girl that, and for the likes of me, I cannot remember her name because she changes her name on Facebook. But it was
damn middle name trends. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking. I'm like, that's not your actual name, and now I forgot what your name is. But she's a Predators fan, and she just had a kid not that long ago, and I saw a little Predators jersey on it too. And
like, okay, yeah, gross! Ew, yeah. Mustard cat in the making. No, thank you.
Right. I know a San Jose Sharks fan. Like, I actually know one of them, and I know someone who does like the Coyotes, and it's not necessarily myself because, you know, I respect them. But yeah, I do not know a Columbus Blue Jackets fan.
No,
at all.
I don't think so. I'm trying to think back to see if I've been like to a Blue Jackets game, and I have. And I still don't think I saw anybody that was there as a fan of Columbus. Again, it was all like the Sod and Panarin people that had it. So I'm like, I don't actually know if you guys are here for the other team or not.
And it sucks because, like, I mean, I guess if it's more like the local talent or the local fan base, like you do get the money and the revenue off of that. So like, it is what it is.
That's true.
But like the jerseys are so nice. I like the jerseys. The colorations have always been there. So like,
I mean, I don't mind their goal celebrations. Kind of cool with the cannon. You know, that's fair. They got that going for them. They have good, I guess. What would that be? Value of some sort. I don't know the right word to put it in, but some kind of entertainment like hook, if you will. That's like, oh, there's not nothing to do. You're like, oh, why am I at a Blue Jackets game? So it's kind of just there. I don't know if it's Columbus. The fact that it's in Ohio or something, but yeah, I don't know. It's just unremarkable, I think is the word, which is strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, Blue Jacket fans. Where are you? We need one in the
chat.
chat.
Speak up. Your voice needs to be heard. Here's a voice that doesn't need to be heard. That's okay.
He's a good guy. He was all over my team.
That's fair. You got to get it in at least once to show, right? Yeah. For those that are listening and only listening, it's just a Go Blues cheer that's falling on deaf ears. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. Those Blues, man. I tell you.
Always something.
Always people coming out of the woodwork, right?
Yeah.
When your team loses.
Yeah. But there you go. St. Louis has people that come out of the woodwork for that, but no Columbus yet.
No.
Strange.
No. Though I've seen a lot of St. Louis Blues jerseys in my time.
Oh yes,
I have. I know you don't.
Too many in my time. No, thank you, Grass.
It's an iconic logo, though. Like, it's one of those. If you were to take all of the NHL logos, literally right off the bat, like, and rank them kind of like 1 through 32 of like who's the St. Louis Blues would probably top around 7 to 10.
I would give them top 10.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
This new Anaheim's Duck one is not even going to sniff the top 10. I'm just saying that right now.
I mean, I get what they're doing. I don't like it. Just be the Mighty Ducks. Buy out the rights to whomever owns it and just be them again.
It's Disney.
Because that team was good.
You can't buy it from Disney, though.
Oh, their stock prices are going down. I'm sure you can cut a deal with them.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they're still a multi-billion-dollar corporation controlled by a mouse.
That's true. But I think ducks can eat mice. What are they worried about?
They could. I don't know if they do, though. That's the thing.
Now when they have a lot of money.
I see this here. Do you guys watch the college teams to see who is looking good? I try. Most of the ones up here in Canada that I can see, I don't usually get an opportunity to because I'm either at work. I'm also a big football guy. And I'm also up to something with some other works. Yeah, I'm going to tease this on here too. I'm up to something.
Ooh, very fancy.
I'm wearing the shirt where he's like, well, it's up to something season. I think I'm actually past being up to something. I am literally like in the process of doing
of. Very nice.
Yeah, so people will see what's coming with that. But anywho,
like that.
I am trying to see a little bit more college, especially because of like Boston College, Minnesota, the NCAA just in a whole has actually put out some really good talent. And Michigan, like Owen Power.
I was going to say Michigan is doing remarkably well this season. I mean, you always think of Minnesota, but Michigan this year, I think, is the team to be watching.
Yeah, and there is like some people say it hurts development because they don't go through the normal like OHL and stuff like that, like some of these other guys do. They do like the typical American thing and go through college. I'm like, okay, and
I mean, college leagues are pretty competitive. So at least down here, I can't speak to abroad, but
I would much rather. Here's the thing: I got both my kids are in skating right now, and my daughter's obviously the oldest. My son's gonna get on there, and he's got an attitude. I can hear him having an attitude upstairs right now. And his name is Maverick. So like, put him on the ice, put a stick in his hand. Kid's gonna start. Yeah, he's gonna start knocking people.
And here's talent.
Yes, here's where it becomes a thing, though. If he were to be very good at hockey, do I continue with I have to put all this money into it for a bit, and then for a chance at him to possibly go and play in a big league? Or do I allow him to take, say, the American route, get scouted, go to America, say play in Minnesota, which is close to my hometown, which would be fine. So we can do that little thing. I play in Duluth. Have you ever heard of Duluth, Minnesota?
Of course. Yep.
Yeah. So Duluth, that's where, I would probably be like, play here,
That would be a solid hockey town too. Considering it's like winter 90% of the time up there.
And it's literally 4 or 5 hours away from my hometown if you were to cross the border. So I'm all good. That being said, though, if he goes into that, he does goes to the high school and he's playing blah, 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 like football players and baseball players. And he does that, but he doesn't go through the hardships and the beatings necessarily that would happen in like the OHL. So he does get into the NHL. If he were to get into the NHL from, say, the one half or the other, he goes through the old school way. You're basically ready
right away. Yeah.
Like to go in and prove yourself and make some money and get the fuck out. Whereas the other way, like if you go through the NCAA, you go through some of these different colleges and you prove yourself in the States.
That's kind of a toss-up, really. I mean, it's baptism more by fire if you go OHL kind of style, or softer, but I don't want to say longevity, but more of that style of getting noticed first, having a bit more time, and then hitting the ice running or skating, as it were.
Yeah.
That's really a toss-up.
Yeah. And like you've had, what's his name? Nate Schmidt that came through as like a undrafted free agent that everybody kind of bidded for, like through money. Like the Oilers were in on it and a few other teams. And I think he just went to the highest bidder, and he's been like a subpar, traded a couple of times to a few teams here, and he's doing okay. I can't remember where the hell he is. Not
quite
right now.
Living up to hype. So
but still being like a paid NHL player, go here, help this squad. Like still does that. So like he's still good, but he's not what they were like, oh my God, we're gonna pay him $5 million and be our top fucking defenseman. No. So it is difficult. I'd much rather him go through the other way, but I don't want to work 12-hour fucking days just to come home and put money on my sports teams just to have them inevitably lose and then me be all depressed and then my son doesn't get drafted and be like, well, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'd much rather, if my son or even my daughter were to show that they had like any type of elite skill, I would probably be more open to, whatever you need. You want to try and be a hockey star, kid? Let's do it. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that also I feel like, is just a part of it.
Right? Shanae Acme is a Blue Jackets fan. Okay, so he knew one.
There's one, yeah.
She needs to pop in here and start commenting because I don't believe it.
Yeah, definitely.
Matt watches a college team. It's called the Blackhawks.
I do, yes. They're also, I mean, I don't want to insult like Michigan or anything like that by calling them a college team with the way they're playing at the moment.
I mean, they can't necessarily be a college team if they're the third worst. Like if they were okay, hold on. You have
well, I mean, I feel like that's just splitting hairs at this point. They're bad.
I mean,
we're only slightly above, what is that, the Blue Jackets because of games played or something.
There's not a disappointment.
That's where the team's at. Yeah, there's not a disappointment face. Oh, that is just my face every time I watch them.
What about the Kraken game? You got 6 goals there. You're probably like, yeah.
6 goals after what they score on 7 shots in 8 minutes. I mean,
Was that what it was?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There were 7 goals scored in the first 10 minutes in that game. One of them.
I was unaware.
I
was completely unaware.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad, dude.
It wasn't good.
That's not good. You have Seth Jones though. Like, what happened?
He's an all-star defenseman. I don't know.
That's your defense.
Yep. It's
Matt.
It's so bad, especially considering that his younger brother, I think, is better than he is, and he's not an all-star. He's getting paid less.
What's his brother's name again?
Caleb Jones.
Caleb. Where's he at?
He's on the Hawks.
He's on the Hawks too?
He's on the Hawks too.
Buddy. I don't know what between your team and my team, I know I only have 6 more wins than you.
Yeah, which is wild considering all of that too. And they're still that much further away from the bottom. It's just really bad this year.
Yeah.
Feast or famine, and we are currently in famine mode. At least I am. So,
though I have stated on record that I'm not going to be happy if you guys end up with Bedard.
I would be ecstatic.
Of
So
course
that balances out a little bit.
Of course you would. You'd be all fucking like, oh, look at all the jerseys I'm going to buy and all the autographs I'm going to have. And now we can trade Patrick Kane and it's not even that big of a deal.
Dude, get out ahead. Damn, Andrew.
Think about it, too. Jonathan Toews would probably be out the door anyway. They'd probably be like, go to fucking Winnipeg already. Go join them for their little cup run and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They would trade Patrick Kane for the biggest, baddest deal out there, which would probably go to Columbus. And they would give you Werenski and Michikov with one of those other prospect defensemen that they just picked up. They'd probably even throw in Sillinger. And then you'd get a first and a second kind of thing. So now all of a sudden you got parts to your second and third line. You got another pairing first defenseman.
Desperately needed. Yep.
You got some picks going forward, and you have someone to develop Connor Bedard. You're fine at that point. But I'd
love to have you negotiate on our behalf because that sounds phenomenal.
Dude, are you kidding me? If I was the GM of the Blackhawks, every single day I would be taking phone calls. And the first person to give me fucking lip, be like, well, he didn't get any goals yesterday. Be like, well, now all of a sudden you're out of the sweepstakes. Fuck your Stanley Cup.
And done. Yep. See ya.
I'll literally trade him to the fucking Maple Leafs just to piss everyone off.
Just to spite you, yeah.
I do not care. I'll literally trade him there just to be like, listen, it's either Patrick Kane goes to the fucking Maple Leafs and they win a cup or they don't, and literally nothing is going to help you. Not even
and
Bedard,
you get nothing. Congratulations.
Not anything. Go Irish. That is another good team.
Oh, yeah. Notre Dame has been doing decently well. I mean, I say that like they don't, but, I did. That is true. I was the one who jinxed it. Every time I mentioned, Jones did something right for once, he immediately does 8 things wrong. And then start of the season, I said, wow, it looks like he actually cares for once. And then immediately right down the tube. So,
what? No.
It's like he's doing it to purposely piss me off.
Blackhawks are in a rebuilding stage, just like the Bucks. I think the Bucks are in more of a retooling stage. That's why they kind of. It's retooling. We still got a lot of superstars and it is a lot of money that needs to get figured out, kind of thing. And I don't know if the GM's going to be able to do it, but
wow, that denial is longer than the river in Egypt. I just heard from that. Oof.
Speaking of which, this is coming from a Rams fan. Don't even talk to me about bad season. Holy, talk about super hangover. You guys were still drunk getting into the season. You had your dad, you had your coach and your star defensive tackle debating retirement. Oh
yeah, speaking of coaches getting fired on that one. Oof.
I mean,
if he isn't, I don't know what you're doing.
Who?
McAvoy.
Oh, Rams. I think he's trying to do. This is me, and I was gonna. saving this kind of for tomorrow for my show, but like to me, I honestly 110% for like 3 weeks. Congratulations.
You misspelled zebras there. LA Zebras are the Super Bowl champions.
It doesn't it seem like, because coaches like in the NFL, before we go, everybody, we'll have a quick little hot football talk, because me and him are inevitably Bucks and Bear fans. And also like, and if my Bucks were to go back to like irrelevancy for 18 years, yeah, sure, why not? That just means my son and my daughter will be old enough when they do win the next Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So, so I lose my like the Bucks there and stuff like that. With McVay. Think about Sean Payton. Sean Payton kind of saw, like, not necessarily an out, but saw what the Saints could eventually be with like the problem. Knows that he doesn't have too much like say. He doesn't have too much like influence. He does, but not to the point that he wants. So he retires. He goes to the booth for a little bit. He says some pretty crazy and not necessarily outlandish things on the Colin Cowherd show, but he says enough that starts intriguing people, where it's just like, shit, maybe he is like good.
He was on to something.
Yeah. So like, props to him. Like, I think he's kind of realized what he can do, because he can come back and make $15 million a year if he fucking wants to. Urban Meyer got a lot just to come in with no NFL experience. Sean Payton can literally be like, I want not only I want you to either get Aaron fucking Rodgers, or you're getting me the first overall pick. And I still, even if you get me the first overall pick, I want a shot at Arch Manning in 5 years. So fuck you. Which I also think, by the way, is another little teaser for tomorrow. It's another thing I think everybody's starting to do is like, well, if I retire and then all of a sudden, if I get to not get fined for talking to Arch Manning his entire fucking college career.
Yeah, because you could do that.
So
that's fair.
I'm gonna do that. So I think that's what's gonna happen. But ladies and gentlemen, no more hockey talk and no more football talk. We're gonna get out of here until next week. We'll be back probably on Tuesday. More than likely. Our schedules are fucked right now. So
flux. Very busy.
So much love here from Andrew. Much love from Matt. Matt, take it away and get us out of here.
Yes, thank you, of course, everybody, for tuning in to another wonderful episode of the Timer Hockey Show. Like Andrew said, we love doing it. A little bit of influx schedule, but I know we did mention briefly about sports betting. If that intrigues anybody, we do have another wonderful show here, 1252, with Harry the Greek. If you want to hear more about actual betting advice and not just tales of how we almost won big, tune into him. I believe he's on Sundays at 12 Eastern time. And of course, we have many other wonderful shows here, Hube's Views and Brews on Mondays, and the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show, which is more Chicago specific for those who want to get the fact that Chicago has bad sports teams rubbed in their face a little bit more this season, because we are a sucker for punishment. But anyway, that is the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
1252 Sports Entertainment presents the one, the only, the One-Timer Hockey Show. Live with Andrew Faubert and Matt Bannon. So get your puck bunnies and give your balls a tug, because it's time to do that hockey. Let's do that hockey, baby.